We are taking a 10-minute session, okay? You need to have done a good warm-up ahead of a bag session like this. Make sure you don't go into it cold. You really cause yourself a bit of mischief with pulled muscles and whatnot. So make sure you've got your good warm-up. And what we're going to do is break the 10 minutes down into 2-minute sections. Minute 0 to 2, we're just going to do single shots. Minutes 2 to 4, we're going to throw no less than 2 shots. Minutes 4 to 6, no less than 3 shots. Minutes 6 to 8, no less than 4 shots. And in the final 2 minutes, minutes 8 to 10, no less than 5 shots. Now, on the face of it, that might appear, alright, so what? But actually, there are key things you have to do as you move up this cycle, up this list, in order to maintain the smart boxing that you should be doing on heavy bag, on shadow boxing, and everywhere else. Okay, let's think about each of these sections. So the first section, section 1, this is where we're just going to be throwing single shots. So conventionally, it's really about good mobility, and when we talk about footwork, or certainly when I talk about footwork, and what I'm not talking about is giving it the whole Muhammad Ali thing where you're bouncing everywhere and doing all of this. For me, good footwork is solid control, balance that gives you a good punch platform, a platform to be able to throw good punches and to be able to defend yourself and move everywhere under control. When we're throwing single shots, so mobility, good solid footwork is key. Okay, so we're there and we're moving across, fire the shot and then shift, fire the shot and shift. Okay, so we're picking out single punches and then we're being on our way. What's really important, don't just throw the shots. Think about 2 concepts, prepared attack and an unprepared attack. A prepared attack is where we show feint, so we might feint the body and throw to the head. We might feint there and throw there, we might feint there and throw there. You know, so you can prepare the attack and then on other occasions, just fire the shot straight away. So you do that mix of prepared and unprepared attacks. With single shots, as with everything else, think about how you end defensive. Once that shot lands, be gone, be somewhere else. And really importantly, right from the outset, you've got to think of active recovery. Boxers need to recover as they're still throwing punches. So you've got to learn ways of oxygenating and being in control even as you're working, and that's just as simple as getting controlled breathing, maximising oxygen intake as you're working through the round. So after when you're throwing shots, so you're slipping, you're ducking, you're moving, you're keeping active, but you're really filling those lungs and getting the body oxygenated. Throwing single shots might look a little something like this. Right, minutes 2 to 4. We're going to throw 2 shots. So now we've got to introduce a concept. Think about centre line and flanks and target, head or body. So we're throwing 2s. We still want prepared and unprepared attacks. We still want to end defensive. We still want active recovery throughout this period where we're throwing these 2 shots. But in order to not just fall into the trap of just throwing 1-2s over and over again, I love the 1-2, my favourite boxing combination. But you can mix things up. So think about attacking the centre line, or the flanks, and thinking about attacking the target of the head or the body. So you know, you can show the feint, right hook, left hook, so you're attacking down their left flank and their right flank. Then we could go straight down the centre line and to the body with the hook. You can jab to the head, body with the hook there. Key thing being, you're thinking about centre line, you're thinking about flanks, and you're mixing it up. Still prepared, unprepared, active recovery, so you're starting to really build up the complexity now. So that might look a little something like this. So minutes 4 to 6, no less than 3 shots. Same principle, prepared and unprepared attacks. Think about centre line, flanks, target head, target body. Ends defensive and active recovery, so you're breathing throughout. But now what we want to start thinking about is links in between the shots. Okay, so rather than throwing 3 shots there, which is fine, you know, especially, you know, if you've got the speed and you've got the high energy early on. The more punches you throw as you're building combinations, it's a really good idea to maybe go 1, 2, lay back, 3. Okay, so if you throw them first 2 punches, punches will be coming back. So it's worth now starting to link the punches up with defensive skills. So it might be 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so you jab, slip there to deal with any straight shots coming your way, pop the uppercut and then fire the backhand. You know, all of those 3 things went down the centre line. But you could jab, step across, backhand, jab. So you're shifting laterally. Just add a linking skill, a linking defensive skill in between your shots. So that might look a bit like this. So you've got centre line and flanks, you've got target head and body, you've got prepared and unprepared attacks, we're still doing that. You've got active recovery throughout. Now you've got linking those shots with defensive skills so that you're maintaining that defensive smartness. And we move on. Minutes 6 to 8, we're going to do no less than 4 shots. Now we're starting to get tired. As much as we've worked the active recovery, This is starting to be hard work now. We're moving into that zone where discipline becomes so important. We're tired. Important to maintain the discipline of doing the links. Steady those feet. You know what, now we might find that we do more close range work, because as a fighter, getting a close range actually is where you can take rests. You can still work, but it's actually in many ways safer than being at long range. I've had boxers in the past, really inexperienced boxers, who in order to take a rest, they back away and they, try and breathe. Well, that's bad for all kinds of reasons. You back away from an opponent like that, you might as well hang a big sign on your neck saying, "Come get me." If you want to take a rest, cover, deep breaths. You maintain your technical discipline and you move into range. So naturally, you as you become more experienced, when you tire, you get up close. So our footwork, our mobility stays solid, but now we start translating into head movement. So we're going to do no less than 4 shots. Link things up, still prepared, unprepared, still end defensive, but you might start now using lots of slips and ducks and rolls and pivots in order to keep a close range and take a rest. Really important, don't be panting like a dog. Active recovery, controlled breathing, not panting in through the nose, out through the mouth. As you tire, it's even more important to maintain discipline and get that fully oxygenated body. So 4 shots might look a bit like this. And then into our final 2 minutes, where you're incorporating all of the stuff: prepared and unprepared attacks, centreline and flanks, head and body, linking the shots, active recovery, ending defensive, making sure that you're not, throwing these shots and then just keeping your head there waiting to get absolutely bingoed with the counter punch. So keep the discipline. Now you might, you might add additional links. So if it's 5 shots, you might go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 skills, 5 punches. There's all kinds you can do. Maintain your discipline. So the 5 shot sequences might look a bit like this. So there you have it, that's a 10-minute session. And of course you can vary that, you can turn it on its head. You can do the first 2 minutes using 5 shots and work down to single shots at the end. You might do a full 10 minutes where everything is at long range. You might do a full 10 minutes where everything is at short range. You might do a sort of, first round and last round long range, and then, second round long and short range, third round short range, right up close, and then back up to mid-long to long. You can really mix it up. You can have all hooks, you can have all straights, there's all kinds you can do. I mentioned discipline. Discipline comes from drills. These things have to be automatic so that when you're tired you don't throw the shots and think, oh, better move my head. You've just got to build those habits through drills. End defensive really comes through repetition of drills in a disciplined and controlled way. Wow, okay, a lot going on there. Don't forget to subscribe, right, to receive more stuff off me. I'd like to hear your comments. Please feel free to leave a comment down below. And of course, download your book. There should be a link here to the Beginner Boxer Toolkit. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.